Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to do a tier ranking list of the best games of 2019. I've put together a list of 78 games, so we'll see how long it takes us to get through, but I'll do my best. So we're obviously going to start from A and work our way down to Z. So we'll start with Age of Wonders, Planetfall, turn-based game. Didn't mind it too bad. I'm going to stick it in the good category. They had loads of unit customization and replayability, so that's pretty good. The probably downside was a bit of a steep learning curve to it, and yeah, that's probably the main one. But once you get your head around it, you'll enjoy it. All right, next up we've got Ancestors: The Human Odyssey. Oh, sorry, Humankind Odyssey. I think I'm going to put that down in the average category. I mean, it had a unique concept. So, 10 to 15 hours gameplay. Plenty of stuff to discover and find. I mean, it was a bit slow though, so give it an average rating there. Next up is Anno 1800. Another turn-based strategy game, so I'm going to put that up in the great category. Didn't mind that one, it's pretty good. Had a great move tool, and then the ability to switch regions seamlessly, so was, yeah, had a bit of fun with that one. Did have a poor tutorial, and campaign got a little bit boring, but soldier through and you'll have a good time. Next up is Anthem, so action role-playing game. I'm going to stick that down in bad. Everyone probably knows why, but plenty of technical issues. Forced to always land, couldn't, the fun part of the game was to fly around, and yeah, they took that away from you by making you actually have to land. Alright, we've got Apex Legends, free to play, online, Battle Royale. I'm going to put that down in the great category. It's quite fun. Yeah, give it a great score. Next up, we've got Asgard's Wrath, I think it is, cut off there. So, probably sink about 25 to 30 hours into this one. It's an action RPG. It's got I found the world to be pretty good, and the characters. So I'm going to stick it in the good category. The combat and AI had a couple of issues, but apart from that, it was good. Next up, Astral Chain, Switch exclusive, action adventure, probably around the 20-hour mark to complete. Had a bit of replayability. I'm going to stick it in great. Good music, good missions. Next up is Baba Is You, puzzle game. So pretty unique, different gameplay, so it's pretty good. I'm going to stick that up in the great category as well. Next up we have Beat Saber, VR game. It's also pretty great, good fun, lots of music, good tunes. So next up we've got another VR, Blood and Truth. So it's a first-person shooter, this one. The other one was a rhythm game, but it's got a good control system. The characters and plot are a bit boring, so I'll probably just stick it in the average category for now. Alright, now we've got Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, so Metroidvania, similar to the old Castlevania games. Pardon me, guys. It's got great combat, but had a few technical issues at launch. Not too sure if they've been ironed out yet. We'll stick it in the good category, just because of those issues. Alright, next up is Borderlands 3. So, very good game. Obviously, first person shooting action role player. We'll stick that in the great category. Great fun with friends. Great conclusion to the story. I mean, the only bad thing is probably the vehicle combat. But yeah, everything else was great for me anyway. You probably sink about 20-25 hours into it. Alright, what do we got next? We've got Cadence of Hyrule. So another rhythm game. Great music if you're into the Zelda songs. It's short though. It's got a bit of a steep learning curve. We'll stick that in the good category. It's pretty short though. It's only maybe 5-6 hours. But it's also cheaper than a AAA title. Alright, next up we've got Catherine Full Body. So it's a remake, platform action adventure. Originally released on PS3, but they added some extra story scenes. I'm going to give it a good score. Probably be great, but because it's a remake, didn't really mix or change much, so we'll stick it in the good category. Alright, next up we've got Children of Morta. So like an action RPG, great gameplay again, well written story. Does require a bit of grinding though, and it's only 2-player co-op. Again, in the good category for me. Alright, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a remake, but not quite the same as Catherine. Had awesome gunplay, aggressive combat. Some of the missions were boring though. We're going to put that one. I'm going to put that in the good category. Had a good time, mainly with the campaign though. Next up we've got Code Vein, action RPG, great visuals. The combat a little bit unsatisfying, but still had a great time with it. Gonna set you back around 30 hours, guys. Next up we've got Concrete Genie, VR game. A little bit short though, but great story. So I'm actually going to put that one in the great category because I had a good time with it. What do we got next? Control. Okay. Control. Thought was great. Again, great graphics. The atmosphere was fantastic. Maybe I'll change that. Good mystery. The map was a bit confusing. We'll keep it a great, I think. Alright, Crackdown 3. We're going to stick in the average category. Obviously, probably the best thing about it, had Terry Crews in it, made the game. The destruction's fun as well, but short campaign, plenty of technical issues, so stick it down in average. Next up we've got Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, a remake. We're going to stick that in the good category. Had a good time with it. Had a lot of detail. It's quite a difficult game unless you play it on easy, so difficulty was a bit all over the place. A lot of rubber banding. kind of how games were back in the 90s. Alright, we'll move ahead to the next one, Days Gone. About a 40-hour campaign. Going to put that in the average category for me. The only great thing good thing I could find was the hordes. Personally, they were good fun, but plenty of technical issues with the game. For me, gives it an average score. Alright, we've got Dead or Alive 6, fighting game. So, had a large roster, great visuals. Lots of grinding though for the costumes. I'm going to put it in the good category for me. Next up, Death Stranding. So we've got it's probably how many 40-50 hour game, depending on how quick you get through it, push through it. I'm going to stick it in the average category. I mean, it had great visuals, but it was just a slow game. Took little risks, so for me it's an average. Devil May Cry 5, action adventure. I'm going to put that as fantastic. Had fantastic story, great level designs. The post-game content was lacking, but it ended quite abruptly. Quick ending there when you complete the campaign, but still a fantastic game, worth checking out. Disco Elysium is the next one. So an RPG. For me, it's fantastic. Probably about 25, 28 hours. Well, for me anyway. You guys might soldier through it quicker. Fantastic deep story. Choose to be good or bad, so you've got the option there. Yeah, so worth checking out, guys. F1 2019, racing sim, great visuals. For me, it was great. I'm a fan of F1, so I play quite a bit of the F1 titles. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I think it was great this year. Stepped the visuals up from last year. The career mode was better than last year, so it's a bit of a steep learning curve though if you're not a veteran of the series, so just keep that in mind. Alright, Far Cry New Dawn, so action adventure, first person shooter. I put that as good. It's got fun crafting elements, but it was just a short game. FIFA 20, another sports game. So for me, probably average. I mean, has a lot of licenses, which is good. I mean, it looks good, but doesn't look that much better over the last years. So technically, it's the same, just reskinned. And plus, it's pay to win the Ultimate Team, so no one wants that. Alright, Fire Emblem Three Houses, so RPG. I'm going to put that in the fantastic category for me. Great battle system, lots of content, obviously the three houses, 150 plus hours. I spent about 50-60 just doing one house, but you really have to do all three to get the full experience, and the lore. So there's content there for you, day one. And alright, so Gears 5, I'm going to put in great category. Personally had a great time with it. third-person shooter, so great campaign, lots of game modes. The only bad thing was the microtransactions, which was a bit silly, but yeah, that's what everyone's doing, I guess. Okay, next up, Greedfall, action RPG. For me, it was great. So good combat. Just the performance let it down. Otherwise, other than that, it'd be fantastic. You're probably gonna see yourself 20-25 hours in that one as well, guys. Next up, Grindstone. So puzzle game. Pretty good though. Yeah, good for me. Good to pass the time. Jump in, jump out. Next up is Grease. So it's a platform adventure. Gorgeous game, great music. It is short and it's a tad easy, but for me, I'm going to give it a fantastic score. And next up, Jump Force. Look, personally, I couldn't get into Jump Force. I don't know what it was. Just, I don't know. I tried, but couldn't do it. Had, you know, the character variety, just a lot of loading, no English voice acting. Maybe that's why. So for me, I'm actually going to give it a bad. Let us know down in the comments, guys, what you think so far, and obviously once we get to the end, what you think. Maybe I've missed something, but I tried to get as many games as possible in this list. Okay, moving along, Katana Zero. So, action platform game, 5-hour game, maybe 6, but awesome boss fights, awesome soundtrack. So for me, it's a fantastic game, worth checking out. Next up, we've got Kind Words. So it's basically a writing game, and you might not call it a game, not sure, but yeah, you basically communicate by writing letters to strangers. Yeah, it's a very cool concept. I'm going to give it a great. It's unique, it's different. Okay, so we've got Kingdom Hearts 3. So action RPG, great visuals, a little bit easier than the other Kingdom Hearts. So for me, I'm going to put it in the great category. Life is Strange 2, so we've got just a graphic adventure, slower paced, which is better. I've personally liked it. Great soundtrack. The ending drags on slightly, so for me, probably great as well. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, so obviously action adventure. We've got great visual style. It was short though. For me, I'm going to give this one a good rating. It's because it was a remake. They didn't really do too much with it other than the visuals. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion 3. So action adventure, fun gameplay, great puzzles. Was a little bit short, but still, you know, 10 to 15 hours. It's going to be great for me. Okay, so we've got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So again, this game I couldn't get into. Not sure why. Tried it with mates, tried it solo. It's definitely better with mates. I'm going to give it an average. Yeah. The pros was the co-op. this game for me. I mean, the camera was terrible, and it's not really a game to play solo. So yeah, we'll move along. Metro Exodus. So probably a 15-hour game, guys. Great campaign, great crafting system. Had a really good time with it. Sometimes the sandbox areas were a pain to navigate, but apart from that, I'm gonna give it. It's fantastic or great. I'm going to give it a fantastic. I really did enjoy it. Okay, next up, Mortal Kombat 11. So, fighting game, obviously, deep fighting system. Short campaign though, but plenty of content. It was great for me. Probably my favourite in the series. 9X and 11 were pretty good. Okay, moving along. My friend Pedro, shoot 'em up, intuitive controls, some painful platforming though. Gonna give it a good rating. Had a good time. It's pretty fun. Yeah, you know what I mean if you give it a crack. Alright, Neocab. So this one for me, so it's a survival game, strong cast, did have technical issues, so I'm going to give that one a great score. Still good. It is a little bit short though, 3-4 hours, just keep that in mind, guys. Next up, Need for Speed Heat. Driving game, very good though. Guys, if you haven't given it a crack, I mean, no loot boxes, so can't go wrong with that. The story gets boring though, and it's probably about 12 hours, 10-12 hours, so keep that in mind. But you can obviously just keep driving around for however long you want. Having fun, so I'm going to put that in the great category because that was very good considering the last Need for Speed entries. Observation, about a 5-6 hour game, adventure puzzle type of game. For me it was good. Okay, Outer Wilds, action adventure, beautiful game. The objectives can, well, for me, kind of slow the progression down. For me, I'm going to give it a good rating, good time, good game. Pokemon Sword and Shield, RPG. I mean, yeah, I couldn't find too many good things about this game. A bit critical of this one. Personally, I think it's the worst in the series. The only good thing is they had some new Pokemon. Obviously, can't catch them all. The visuals are bad. Popping in, popping out. Frame rate was not good. But that's an average for me. Argue with me in the comments. For football, Pro Evolution Soccer, so 2020, sports game, great fun with friends, great story. Sorry guys, I was thinking about the next one. So good, great gameplay, looks great. So for me, has crap online though, and bad AI. So it's gonna get a good rating for me. Okay, rating. Rage 2. So yeah, great. So we got the great combat on Rage 2. Very good, perfect shooting. Short story though, but I still had a great time. It's pretty fun. Yeah, good fun. Doesn't take itself seriously. Just jump in and have a whole bunch of fun. Do whatever you want. All right, Remnant from the Ashes. So, action RPG, third person. It's got an interesting story. Had long load times though, but for me, it was great. It's about a 15-hour game, guys. That one. Resident Evil 2 remake, survival horror, awesome visuals, great sound design, almost perfect. Sometimes the pacing issue, like I had pacing issues, but other than that, for me it was fantastic. It's probably my game of the year. We haven't got to the end yet, but I'll pick one at the end so far. So next up is Samurai Showdown, fighting game, great cast of characters, lacking a little bit of single player content though. Had a good time with that one. Yep, it was good. Alright, Sayonara Wild Hearts, I think that says. So very, very short, guys. 2 hours, but great soundtrack. Again, like I said, short campaign. But for me, I'm going to put it in the fantastic category. I know it's 2 hours, but give it a go, guys. Sea of Solitude, adventure game. Simple mechanics. It's tough though. It was great for me. Yep. And alright, next up we've got Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Action adventure, exhilarating combat, unforgiving game though, but fantastic as well. Probably set you back 30-35 hours. Yeah, so definitely worth checking out. Obviously won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, so you don't win that if you're not up the top. Shakedown Hawaii next. So action adventure game, good music, but repetitive music. Sorry, that didn't sound good. Great music, repetitive missions, guys. Same. We'll give that an average rating. Shenmue 3. So adventure game. The atmosphere was pretty close to the originals, so kept it the same. It is slow paced, so not everyone may enjoy it, but for me, it was a good game. Sky, Children of the Light, adventure game. This one for me was great, worth checking out as well. Probably set you back 10 hours, 12 hours. Alright, next one, Slay the Spire. So we've got a roguelike game. Very good game, very good. For me, I'm going to rank this one great as well. Next up, we've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, action adventure. Very good game, very good game. Fun to explore, great difficulty balance. It did have a few technical issues, but for me it was great. Next up, what do we got? Sunless Skies, so another RPG, great story. The travelling for me was a bit boring. Set you back about 30 to 40 hours. I'm gonna give it a great. Yeah, I can get over the travelling. Alright, Super Mario Maker 2, platforming game, basically unlimited Super Mario, levels galore, I mean solid story mode as well, probably, you know, 10 hours in story mode plus the creation side of things. Fun to create. The online multiplayer is very bad though. I'm not sure if they patched it. I haven't played it for a while. And you can obviously only make 32 levels, but I think they increased that to 64. So they may have patched the online as well. But for me, it's a fantastic game. Yep. Alright, next up we've got Telling Lies, so a narrative game, great story, engaging cast, clunky UI though, but still I'm going to give it a good rating. It's a good game. Tetris 99, so puzzle game, it's like a battle royale, 99 players. I'm going to give it a great. It is good. It is good. Alright, The Division 2. For me, I had a lot of fun with this game, personally. I know a lot of people didn't. Mixed reviews, but obviously third-person shooter, had an amazing world, great looking graphics, and you know, I'm going to give it a fantastic. Moving along, Outer Worlds, so action adventure, excellent writing, can be a little bit easy though. It's about a 12-15 hour game. I'm going to give that one I'm going to go great with that one. Alright, Surge 2, so action RPG. So we've got Surge 2, yeah. So that one, great combat, but very similar to the first. So for me it was good. Still a good time. About 25-30 hours, so good length to it. Total War 3 Kingdoms. Strategy game, very nice visuals, guys. Great story campaign, probably about 40-50 hours, so a lot of content. The AI can be predictable though, so for me it was great. Alright, Trine 4, platforming, great puzzles, but I don't know, I found the boss battles to be terrible, not fun at all. So for me it's a good game. Alright, Tropico 6, so simulation, larger maps are good, plus and the UI was a bit unfriendly, but still great game. Alright, we've got Trevor. Yes, Trevor Saves the Universe. So very, very funny. Simple platforming, but I'm going to put it as fantastic. Check it out, guys. If you don't laugh, I don't know, you don't have a sense of humour. Next up, Untitled Goose Game. So puzzle game, maybe a stealth game if you think that. So very, very funny as well, but a little bit short. Well, so was the other one, Trevor. Probably about 5 hours each. For me, it was fantastic. Super fun, check it out, guys. Alright, Wargroove, tactics game, about 30-40 hours you'll sink into it. Fun story. Well, I had a lot of fun with it. It's got a great map editor tool as well, and the menu design was a bit poor. For me, I'm going to stick it in the fantastic category. If it didn't have that map editor, it would be great, but with that map editor, it's fantastic. Alright, What the Golf, second last one here. So, sports game, again, very funny, but great. I thought that one is great. It's short, it's about 2-3 hours, so not much in it. Yoshi's Crafted World, lucky last, guys. We got there. So it's only about a 10-hour game, platforming game, if you didn't know. But great level design. It is very easy, more for the kids, but had a great time. Alright, so we got to the end, guys. Now I'm just not gonna rank my favourite overall, just gonna pick one from each category that I personally preferred. So for me, fantastic category was Resident Evil 2. Capcom done a fantastic job with that one. Great is probably going to be Control. You know, not everyone's had mixed reviews, but for me, I thought it was great. Just the atmosphere and the level design, graphics. Next up, the good category. So for me, this one, I'm gonna pick. Shenmue 3, only because it was so similar in design to the original 2. So kept the source material the same, which, you know, if they didn't, I don't think it would have been the same game. Average. So for me, average. I'm going to go with Ancestors, something different. You know, they tried. You know, not everything worked, but out of that list, this one stood out the most. For me, the bad, probably going to go Anthem, because you can, you know, what they do let you can fly around. Yeah, so that's my picks, guys. Do let us know in the comments what your favourite one is out of each list. Well, guys, we got through it, all 78. Hope I didn't bore you guys for too long. Don't forget to let us know down in the comments if I did miss anything. I tried to get as many as I could. Obviously, yeah, the bigger, more popular titles, a range of consoles, systems, computers, phones. So yeah, and then obviously let us know in the comments if you disagree or you agree with where I've placed some of these games. But for now, it's going to conclude the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy this video, hit the dislike button. Once we get to 500 subscribers, we are giving away a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake for the Sony PlayStation 4, so do subscribe to get in the running for that one, and we'll catch you guys next time.